Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host JJ48, and tonight we are going to be continuing with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we had fully finished our Jedi training. We solved a couple issues on Tatooine, and found out what it was that, why Revan and Malak had gone away, and eventually found some Starforge thing that seemed to be, if not the root of all the problems, at least a fairly significant contributor. So, with that, we are just about to take off from Tatooine and start looking for the other pieces of the map so that we too can find the Starforge and see if we can figure out if that'll help us take down Malak. So, let's get to it. So this is, I think this is our first time. We of course were on the Ebon Hawk when we escaped Taris, but I think this is the first time we actually get to walk around it a little bit. So, if we look, that's the shape of the Ebon Hawk seen from above. There we go. That's the ramp we came up, so that's on the ground. And so, okay, what do we have? We have crew quarters. We have the swoop hangar, so that's where I guess we have a swoop bike with us. The cockpit, the engine room, the cargo hold, and the crew quarters. Another crew quarters, I guess.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Okay, so we can ask everybody about the planet we're on before disembarking from the ship. That'll be useful, not have to swap people in and out of our party to ask them. Mission can make security spikes.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you...
Can you make more?
No problem. Anything? No, anything?
How many can she make?
No problem. No, no, anything else?
Okay, that's useful. Be able to get security spikes easily. I don't know if there's a limit, but should help us at least somewhat. Let's see if she has anything more to say about her brother, because I think we had decided last time our first stop, if we have a choice, is going to be Tatooine, where it's where one of the maps is, and it's also the last place that we heard about her brother, so...
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Circa Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
Okay, yeah, we'll find your brother, mission. Or I don't think we'll have time. Yeah, we'll make time for it. This is a side quest, we can do that.
I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
Why'd you have to say that? That is the perfect setup for him actually being in trouble. How many bunks do we have here? 1, 3 bunks. And they're all just single layers. Like we don't have bunk beds stacked or anything. Okay, well, I'm guessing most of these people are just going to be their normal dialogue, as well as what can you tell us about the planet, so we don't really need to go through all that again. We have a workbench accessible, that's good. We have the engines. Is this marked on the map? This isn't marked, but I'm guessing it's like the captain's quarters. This was Davik's personal starship, so I can't imagine he would have been bunking with the crew or anything. And being a intergalactic crime lord. Whatever all these are for probably, probably lets him access a whole bunch of different things, communication systems and stuff to help run his empire. Have a ladder up to a hatch. I believe this would have been what we climbed up when we were doing the little shooting game, escaping from Taris. Similar to in Star Wars movies when Luke and Han climb up and down a similar ladder to get to the laser cannons on the Millennium Falcon. Supplies. This is a store of emergency food and supplies, okay. And some empty containers. We have plasteel cylinders, we have a metal box. Okay, doesn't seem like anything has anything in it. That might be something that, like, if we felt our inventory was getting too full, maybe we could dump some supplies there just to get them out of our inventory. So we'd still have them if we needed them, but they wouldn't be filling things up. I've never really felt the need to do that in games like this, if that is indeed what they're for. But 3 more bunks on this side. A little common area. We have 3 seats super close together, but far away from the table, like that. 2 more seats. Juhani hanging out in, I don't know what this room is. Bright lights on the wall make me think of the lights that you'd use for for looking at x-rays and things, but this doesn't exactly seem like a medical room or anything. So okay, so we have the cockpit where it's flown, and then we have this room, which I guess is extra crewing, extra crew stations, probably doing things like monitoring extra systems and maybe navigation and stuff. But this is the galaxy map, the Ebon Hawk's onboard navigational computer. When you are ready to leave Tatooine, you can use the galaxy map to travel to other planets around the galaxy. A destination is still stored in the Ebon Hawk's computer from the last trip Davik made with it. Okay. Bastila might actually have some information about Quest. Let's see if she's...
How can I help?
Oh. I want to talk about that dream where you wanted to speak to me. Let's see if she wanted to speak to us again, since she didn't really want to speak to us after we had a little bit of a joking incident last time, so...
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Is it true you killed Darth Revan? Oh great, I never get tired of hearing how you killed Darth Revan. Been picking on Bastila a little bit, but more in just a not being serious, or not entirely serious way. I don't want to just be mean to her, so... yeah, is it true you killed Darth Revan?
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
Didn't kill Revan? That's not what I heard. But killing Revan is what you're famous for. So who killed Revan then? Yeah, killing Revan is what you're famous for. That's what everybody says. Actually, I think battle meditation is what she's famous for, but we'll just go ahead and claim that it's killing Revan.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
So Malak did your job for you. What else did you expect from the Sith? But you would have killed Revan eventually, right? So if their job was to capture Revan, then no, Malak did not do their job for them. And I'm not entirely sure that they would have killed Revan eventually. So let's see where she's going with this. What else did you expect from the Sith?
True, I suppose. And yet the outcome of that battle was unexpected. To all of us. Revan's end was unforeseen. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Okay. Oh, that's right, the galaxy map is over here. I'm standing right next to it. Okay, so the galaxy map. We're currently on Tatooine. So it tells us the climate is temperate grassland, native species, none native, presumably meaning just sentient species, now settled, and the docking is at the Jedi Academy. So we can also go to Tatooine, desert and canyons. Its native species are Jawas and Sand People, and dock at Anchorhead. We can go to Kashyyyk, which is a temperate forest, native species being the Wookiees, and docking at a Zerka Corporation outpost. Manan is a worldwide ocean, with native species being the Selkath, and docking in the city of Atto. Korriban, a volcanic mountain range, native species none known, now settled, and docking at Dresde Settlement. Korriban, might remember, I think it was mentioned, is where the Sith Academy is. It's interesting that both Tatooine and Korriban, both the Jedi and the Sith, like, they decided to kind of settle in places that did not have native sentient species. Then Yavin. These coordinates point to a small space station orbiting the gas giant Yavin. And if that name sounds familiar, Yavin was at the end of the first Star Wars movie, Star Wars New Hope. The gas giant of Yavin was what both the Rebel base on one of the moons of Yavin and the Death Star were orbiting, that they had to, for some reason, clear the moon before they could get a shot at the Rebel base, and that was the big climax of the movie. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched a film from 1977. Okay, so those are our planets we can visit. So besides Tatooine, which is where we currently are, we have 5 options. So presumably that's where the five map locations are. So let's head to Tatooine first, because I think that's where we'll see if we can help find Mission's brother while we're looking for map pieces. Although in true Star Wars fashion, every planet has only one type of biome. Okay, so we're with the Sith fleet now.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak. KotOR, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
KotOR has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, KotOR. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what KotOR has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Okay, so KotOR survived and is presumably going to be hunting us down, seeing as how he is a bounty hunter and all. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a map piece. I guess that looks like that. The Force has given us...
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Tatooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
It looked like it was in some kind of cave. Or maybe Tatooine wasn't always a desert. I don't have time for your visions, Bastila. I mean, that is an interesting point that... I mean, we're not talking about something that was buried here just a generation or two ago. We're talking about, like, tens of thousands of years. Tens of thousands or just thousands? I forget. Anyway, it's been a long time. It's... there's a... We're talking about a civilization that doesn't even have any records about it. It could predate what we know about some of these planets. So maybe it wasn't always a desert. I want to see what you think about that.
Perhaps, though that would have been tens of thousands of years in the past. Now there's nothing but the howling emptiness of the Dune Sea. The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Okay. Let's see, before we get too far in, I did want to point out that this is... We have gotten off Tatooine, and one of the interesting things with the story is we've been set on this task to go find the Starforge map pieces. One of the things I thought is kind of interesting and a little odd to think about is we've been playing through as a light side Jedi, doing the light side options and helping people out and stuff like that. But we've also seen the options to do quite dark things and just kill people and do things like that. And there's a little bit of railroading that the game does of ensuring, like, no matter what our actions are, we have to take we have to get through Tatooine. The Jedi have to set us on a mission. There can be some changes to the story based on what our actions are, but they can't make that big of a change. Or rather, they don't make that big of a change, I'm pretty sure. So, one thing I'm thinking I might do in the future is, on future videos, I might play through, well, during the week I might play through another character and do dark side options and try to record not the entire thing, but just like key scenes, how they're different. Because I'm actually kind of curious at this point, how does the council justify sending us off of Tatooine on this mission if we've done all these dark side options, and presumably they would realize that we're kind of sketchy or something. But that's something to look at later. Let's ask our companions what they know about Tatooine.
How can I help?
Like to know more about you. Can you show me one of the visions again? Never mind.
Then I suggest we move on.
Yeah, you're not going to tell me anything about Tatooine.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks. So, Karth. Just a little bit about the situation of, like, the resources and stuff involved on here. I was checking our supplies in the cargo hold. Something's not right. Not right? What do you mean? I don't have time to worry about this now. No, Zalbar, you don't usually speak up. If you're speaking up about this, it's probably important. What do you mean? Someone's been into the emergency stash of food. Mission and I asked everyone, but no one knows anything about it. You might want to check out the food stores the next time you're in the cargo hold. Okay. So we'll go check out the cargo hold.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
You thought the dark side had consumed you. It's nothing. Yeah, you better apologize. Next time you try something like that, I'll kill you. No, I mean, what's a little murderous dark side rage between friends? It's nothing.
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
Don't worry, Juhani, I forgive you. I think it's going to take a lot for that to happen. Ha! Unlikely. No, I forgive you. Again, it was all part of a training thing. I mean, who hasn't fallen to the dark side every now and then?
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed.
Okay, but yeah, do you know anything about Tatooine, though?
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Okay, so he just wants to talk. Nothing now, perhaps later.
Of course.
We'll talk to them, get their own stories later. Maybe when we finish the planet. Is there something you want? Okay. Oh, he can make grenades for us. It's good to know. I wonder if you could help me with a problem. Interesting. Do you know anything about the planet we're on? I know that it isn't my homeworld. That is all I care about. There is nothing here to interest me. Okay. That's fair enough. Not someone who travels just for the fun of traveling, then, I guess. We'll talk later. T3, do you know anything about this place? Okay, well, he can make programming spikes, that's good. You don't talk much, do you? Just chime in if you ever have any advice. So I guess we don't speak droid, or that particular variant of how droids speak. Okay, Mission and Canderous we still need to speak to.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about Tatooine?
I always heard Tatooine was nothing but a rock covered by a bunch of worthless sand. I can't even figure out why Zerka Corp set up their mining operations here. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
And Canderous. I mean, Canderous might actually know something about this planet because, I mean, he's been a soldier who's traveled around the galaxy a bit, I think, so...
Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, he can give us adrenal stimulants as well. But do you know anything about this world?
Tatooine is one big desert, with rocks sticking out. I heard that some of my people came here after the war, but I don't know what happened to them. The world of my clan, Ordo, was much like this. Dust basins and rock crags. But my world at least has some green around the equator. This place is just sand all over. There are some vicious people on this world, but the desert is the real enemy. Trips out in the desert, especially the deep desert, should be taken very carefully. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Canderous, you are a liar. Because everybody knows in Star Wars there is no such thing as a world that is different in one part than it is in another part.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
So I don't think we can trust Canderous's views on things anymore. If he's not gonna be honest with us. Planet being green around the equator. Okay. Strangely, the food storage seems to have been disturbed recently. No one in the party would have done this, so there must be some other explanation. Okay, let's examine the supplies more closely, where we can leave it alone and not deal with it. Let's see what's going on. There are no half-eaten or torn packages to indicate the theft was from pests or vermin. It looks more like some unknown person has been conducting clandestine raids on your stores. Whoever the thief is, they have managed to avoid detection by you or your companions so far. Maybe a thorough search of the ship will reveal the stowaway. So we have a stowaway on board. Okay, in one of the boxes. Not that one. I'm gonna open up this one. Where could somebody hide on board a ship like this? You think you hear the soft patter of footsteps behind you, but when you stop to listen, they disappear. Behind me? Okay, somebody running to the supplies? Okay. Supplies just say the same thing. Maybe in here? You think you hear the soft patter of footsteps behind you, but when you stop to listen, they disappear. Canderous, did you see anyone run through here? Okay.
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Okay. I was hoping maybe you'd seen somebody do something. Let's... Your footsteps, they sound like they're coming from the cargo hold. Hey!
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Hey, Hey, what are you doing here? Little girl, where did you come from? Get out of here, whoever you are, right now. Yeah, it is kind of shocking. Where did you come from?
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
Okay, I don't understand what you're saying. Calm down, little girl, I won't hurt you. Or I want you out of here, off my ship. Okay, if she doesn't understand us, then it doesn't really matter what we say to her. She's not going to understand us. If she does understand us, then telling her that we don't understand her might help her. Might help her communicate better. So, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying.
Mucho shakapaga.
I still don't understand you. Or, sure, whatever you say. Yeah, I still don't understand. She frowns and looks at you helplessly. Okay, well, the thing here says Sasha. You've encountered a young girl on board the Ebon Hawk, obviously a stowaway. The language she speaks, while sounding like Mandalorian, translates into pure gibberish. She may know the language, but she certainly doesn't know how to use it. And yet, it seems to be the only language she knows. It might be possible to try talking to her, but dumping her on the planet is also a possibility. I mean, dumping her on the planet just because we don't understand her, that seems a little cruel.
Mucho shakapaga.
Let's see, can you tell me your name? Does the name Lur Arca ring a bell? What about Rundil or so? That's right, we were told to keep a lookout for a girl who I forget if she ran away or was kidnapped. Or you're a stowaway, aren't you? How long have you been here? Where are you from? Can you tell me that? Sorry, but you have to leave my ship. Well, she doesn't seem... Whether she understands us or not, she doesn't seem to want to or be able to speak our language. So let's... Maybe if we name off some people that she might know, might at least get a reaction. Does the name Lur Arca ring a bell? Or Rundil Atsulem? Girl looks at you quizzically, not understanding. Can you tell me your name? Girl looks at you oddly, puzzled. Point to yourself. Okay, my name is JJ48. And you are?
Mucho shakapaga.
Okay, she points to herself. Wabasusa Sasha. Okay, Sasha. So your name is Sasha, right? How did you get on the ship, Sasha? Where are you from, Sasha? Taris? Try to learn Sasha's strange language. Well, that seems more helpful than just asking random things. Let's try to learn the language.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Sasha na esoan in Bristag me laesva. Interesting that they don't actually have the voice line up with what she's actually saying. So many of the words you're speaking are Mandalorian. Or Esoan? Not Esoan? Bristag, what is that? Laesva, everything is safe, is that it? Or say something else, Sasha. Let's try to identify, it sounds like the words are Mandalorian, so that could be helpful.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Manlori is na gondisin. Manlori abts. Manlori, that's your word for Mandalorian, so you do know of them. Okay, Mandalorian's bad, I get it. She certainly didn't sound like she was speaking approvingly of them, so yeah, Mandalorians are bad.
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
But are you a Mandalorian child then? Or I can understand Mandalorian, but your words are all mixed up. Yeah, the words are kind of mixed up. Girl obviously doesn't understand. Okay. Let's try to learn the language again.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, Esoan. No, na Esoan?
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Me Esoan. I see you, or you see me? I need to hear more. Yeah, let's try to hear more.
Tong abuk shami no nok.
The girl hides her face behind her hands for a moment. Me na Esoan. You're hiding. Na Esoan is hide. Okay, or I understand. Esoan is see, but na Esoan is hide. Okay.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Girl appears unsure. Yuba Esoan nugis. I didn't get all of that, but sure.
Selima wanga kun bikin.
Okay, Sasha na Esoan in Bristag. Bristag me Laisva. So Sasha hiding in Bristag. Bristag me Laisva. Well, according to this, Laisva has to do with safe, so Bristag might mean the ship or the cargo bay or something. She's hiding in somewhere because it's safe here. What do you mean by Bristag?
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Girl points at things around her. Bristag me Laisva. It's a thing, something around here, or we could just give up. It's a thing?
Mucho shakapaka.
Ah, the girl waves a hand about making a swooshing sound. Bristag. So Bristag, it means starship, doesn't it?
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Okay, Bristag. Okay, and then the same phrase she's been saying. So Laisva, everything is safe.
Tonki ba non tontek.
She points towards one of the Ebon Hawk's service panels. Me Laisva, me sting qual quil QUIW is not a letter combination I think I see very often. Stin quil in Laisva. So that panel, that's what Laisva means? Or you sleep there? Laisva means sleep? Well, let's see. So based on what she said before, she said Sasha hiding on the ship, and then the ship is Laisva or en Laisva or me Laisva or something. So the ship is sleeping, or that sleep doesn't seem to make sense. Just saying like, yeah, I'm hiding on board the ship because the ship is where I sleep or something. That doesn't really make sense as like why she would say something like that. So maybe it has something to do with the panel.
Tong abuk shami no nok.
The girl looks puzzled. She gestures around her. Bristag me Laisva. It's... No, I don't understand.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Say something else, Sasha.
Tonki ba non tontek.
That's the exact same thing. That is not something else, Sasha. Okay, so everything is safe.
Tonki ba...
Maybe we will say Laisva means sleep.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Oh. The girl looks puzzled. She gestures around her. Bristag me Laisva. The panel, all of this, it's your home. Lesva means home. Or the starship, you mean home. The ship is your home.
Kipuna, Bonanakichu.
Okay, the girl smiles. You're hiding in the starship. It's your home. I understand. Or we can just give up. No, it seems like we figured out what she's saying.
Mucho shakapaka.
Excuse me. Yuba Gondisin. You've said that before. What is Gondisin?
Mucho shakapaka.
The girl laughs and points at you. Yuba Gondisin. Something about me, yes, but what? Or you already said that. What about it? Yeah, what is it about? I guess Yuba is probably like you. But Gondisin.
Dong abuk shami nonok.
The girl smiles and pats her chest. Gondisin, me. You're Gondisin? No, that's not it. I give up. No, you're Gondisin.
Mucho shakapaka.
Say something else.
Mucho shakapaka. Mucho sh...
You already said that. What about it?
Dong abuk shami...
Oh, it's something you like. Yes, Gondisin means you like it. Okay.
Mucho shakapaka.
Oh, you like me. I understand. At least I have no idea if that's correct. This one seemed a little bit less sure as to how we got to this point, but I'll take it. I guess she's not screaming in terror or trying to fight us, so I guess trying to be friendly is a good way to understand this.
Selima wanga kunbitkin.
Okay. Na abts. You said that when I first found you.
Kipuna, Bonanakichu.
The girl slaps her leg. Abts, me abts. Abs means hit, is that it? Or yes, very bad. Stop that. So let's see if this abs mean hit.
Kipuna, Bonanakichu.
Okay, so she frowns and slaps her legs again. Abs is Nagondison. So abs is to hurt. Na abs means not hurt, is that it? Because if abs is hurt, then Gondisin being something she likes, this is na Gondisin. So getting hurt, it's something not good that you don't like. Okay?
Tonki ba non tontek.
I understand. No, I won't hurt you. Yeah, so Yuba na abs. You don't hurt. Yeah, so no, we're not going to hurt you.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Me ans kestawan yumnagis. Yum, what kind of a word is that? So, hopefully this is interesting to other people. I'm finding it kind of fun just going through and figuring out a language piece by piece here, even though I'm not sure this is actually how it's done, and I do wish that the audio matched the actual dialogue here, but still kind of fun. Okay, so we're going to be able to figure out yum and nagis. Asking her to say something else doesn't seem to ever help because she just repeats the same phrase, so what kind of word is yum?
Dong abuk shami nonok.
Okay, the girl seems puzzled. She points towards elsewhere on the ship. Yum, me ants kestawan yum. So it's a part of part of the ship, a room, or you want something from elsewhere? She's pointing to elsewhere, so I'm thinking the second option is just being like, oh, aunts is similar to want, so therefore it must mean you want something. That doesn't sound like the correct approach, so let's guess that it's a part of the ship.
Mucho shakapaka.
She mimics an act which looks like she's chewing something. Yum, may yum gondissen. So, yum means food. Okay.
Selima wanga konbikin.
Okay. So, nagis, is that all one phrase?
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
The girl thinks for a moment and then stabs downwards several times with her finger. Me kapsi nugis. The floor? So nugis means floor? Or you're talking down? I don't understand. Floor seems a reasonable guess.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
She covers her mouth with her hand. Mena kapsi nugis. That could be anything. I don't get it. Yeah, that's... Sasha, I'm afraid that wasn't terribly helpful.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, let's see.
Kipuna,
Guess...
bona na kichu.
Let's try talking down.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
You're not speaking now, so nagis means now. Not nagis is not now, or before. That seems like an awful lot to get from that gesture, but let's run with it.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Okay, so nagis. Me ants kestawan yum nagis. So, do you want some food now? You're hungry.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Tabid me yoba. So, tabid you, what do you mean?
Mucho shakapaka.
Okay. Girl points at her mouth. Yubid kapsi, tabid me yoba. So you want me to tell you a story? What about? Or I'm supposed to talk, to speak? What about? It's, yeah, either one, story or just talking. I'm gonna guess just talking at the moment.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, she points to you. Yuba, tabid me yuba. So tabid means tell me about. I get it.
Tonki ba non tontek.
You want to know about me, do you? Or communicate with Sasha in her language. Or just give up after we've already kind of figured out her language somewhat. Okay, let's see if we can communicate with Sasha in her language.
Mucho shakapaka.
Yuba mekapsi nagis. Okay, there's someone there who will take you home. Lur arca kestawan yo laisva. Why? I guess that's if we take her back to Tatooine. Or why are you hiding on my ship? Sasha na esowan in Bristag. No, we'll have to talk later, or I'm tired of this game, I want you off my ship. Let's ask why she's on the ship. It does seem kind of odd. Because we were told we were looking for Sasha, and if she wanted to go home with the other people, like the Jedi were there, the people looking for her were there, why did she come to our ship instead of seeking help within the Enclave? So, Sasha na esoan in Bristag.
Selima wanga konbikin.
Okay. Me palki Bristig na nagis. Me hut abliaz. So, okay, you came to the ship before. You were very scared. Why?
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Me palki malori, me na esoan. So you left the Mandalorians and hid here. Okay.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, you don't want to leave. The Ebon Hawk is your home. So, mena palkia ants, bristag melesva.
Dong abuk shami nonok.
Bristag melesva. Okay, so the Ebon Hawk is not your home, Sasha. Not your first home, anyway. Bristag na Sasha lesva. Bristag na Sasha lesva. Why are you scared of the Mandalorians? Hut badlias manlori. You sleep here on the ship? Yuba stinquil in Bristag? Or you have to go now, Sasha. Yuba palki nogis, Sasha. Why are you scared of the Mandalorians? Yeah. Hut badlias manlore.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Manlori kesto on Sasha na nugis. Manlori abts. Oh, so they took you and hurt you.
Selima wanga konbikin.
Manlori bristag na lesva. Manlori bristag is na gondissen. So the Mandalorian ship wasn't home, and you didn't like it.
Mucha shakapaka.
Me palki Manlori bristag. Mena esowan en bristag lesva. Okay. Let's ask about sleeping on the ship.
Dong abuk shami nonok.
Okay. She points at a nearby service panel. You understand that she must have been sleeping in the ship's repair ducts. Sasha stinquil there. It gondissen. Okay. We don't want to just turn her away, but I guess we like, yeah, the Ebon Hawk isn't your home. Like, there's people looking for you.
Dong abuk shami nonok.
Bristag melesva. Okay, so tell me about your home before. Tabed me Sasha lesva na nugis.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, the girl thinks for a long moment. Tatooine me lesva na nugis. Okay, there is someone there who will take you home. Lur arca kestawan you lesva. Or Tatooine. Maybe someone on Tatooine remembers you. I don't have time to go to Tatooine. Yeah, Lur Arca was looking for her. So,
Dong abuk shami nonok.
She seems uncertain. Me palki lesva? Me palki Tatooine? Yes, you can go home. Or if Lur Arca is still there, we'll see. Yeah, you'll be able to go home. The girl seems to think about this, but says nothing. Strange stowaway. After considerable effort, you have managed to communicate with the young stowaway, whose name appears to be Sasha, and learned what she was doing aboard the ship. Apparently she was once held by the Mandalorians, long enough to learn their speech, but nothing else, and she escaped from them long enough to stow away on the Ebon Hawk and hide. Her original home seems to be on Tatooine. Perhaps someone there could help her? Okay. So, I mean, we're probably, like, light years away from Tatooine at the moment. It's quite an ordeal to go back, so if you don't mind, I guess you can stay on board the ship a little while, eat our food, sleep in the repair ducts, whatever you want. I mean, I don't care if you even want to take a bed or something. But we'll do stuff on Tatooine, and then we'll go back and or do stuff on Tatooine, and then go back and take you back to Tatooine. Okay. Will that work, Sasha? Yes, of course it will. Good. Okay, so who are we going to take with us? We're definitely going to want to take Mission because we're trying to find her brother, and so we're gonna need her with us probably. Zalbar or Bastila might want with us because we're also looking for the map, so having her around. I'm not sure how she's gonna play well with the locals, but we'll go with it for now.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
Okay. So 100 credits to dock here because we're not scheduled. I guess that doesn't sound too unreasonable to if you're a last minute arrival that you might have to pay a fee. So what do I get for my 100 credits? What if I don't have the money? What if I say no? Let's see what 100 credits will get us.
The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses.
Okay, so we can use force persuade him, and I don't need to pay the fee. Or fine, I'll pay. Is there any way you could reconsider the fee? Or I just want information about the planet. What if I don't have the money? What if I say no? Or I can't pay the fee right now. I'm pretty sure we have the money. Tempted to just force persuade to not pay the fee, but that it's a question of, does this seem like a shakedown, or is this like actually a legitimate fee that they charge everybody that's just standard? I don't know. I'm kind of getting the feeling that this guy's just shaking us down a little bit. He seems a little overly nice for somebody in this kind of position. We'll force persuade him and then see what Bastila's gonna scream at us about. So I don't need to pay the fee.
You know, I don't think you need to pay the fee. We'll let it go this time.
Well, that was easy. I sure wish I had special mind-affecting force powers.
This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure?
Give me some background on Tatooine. I'll need good paying work. What is there to do? I'm looking for very specific things. Who should I ask? Or I'm done with you. Stay out of my business or else. Actually, I need to get going. Give me some background on Tatooine. Tell me what's Zerka doing here. Maybe that's the kind of information you might have.
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
Okay, what's Zerka doing here? Or what is known about the history of the planet? Where should a person look for opportunity? Yeah, tell me what Zerka's doing.
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
Come now, friend. Let me in on the details. Or force persuade. You want to tell me more about it. Or other options. The same options we had. Let's just force persuade him. Doesn't seem to do any lasting harm. So you want to tell me more about it?
I can tell you more, I guess. It's not a big secret or anything. Just not good for business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company.
Okay, so Zerka Corporation set up shop on a barren planet.
Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business.
Okay, what do you mean when you say the ore is peculiar? Or what other forms of business are being looked at here? Okay. What's peculiar about the ore?
Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it.
Okay, so what other forms of business are being looked at here?
Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine swoop tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however.
Okay, what's the history of Tatooine?
Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals.
It seems a little rude. So what species do you mean? Or tell me about the city of Anchorhead. How old is it? What species?
The Sand People. They're vicious and attack outsiders on sight. More animal than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate.
Okay, have you had trouble with the Sand People? Or any other sentient races? Yeah, are the Sand People trouble here?
Not personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it.
Okay. Where can I get information about jobs like that? Or any other sentient races? I don't think I need a job just hunting down. This doesn't necessarily seem like it's here's evil assassins going after people. This sounds more like it's a property dispute or something. And I'm not sure we want to get involved with that without knowing more details. So, any other sentient races?
The Jawas are scavengers and a bit primitive. Hard to understand. They have an affinity for droids. Some of our scientists believe that they may not be native to the planet, but how they got here, they may not even know. As I said, they're hard to understand. They usually end up slaves to the Sand People. They aren't fighters. Good traders, though.
Okay. So where should a person look for opportunity?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in Central Anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking for very specific things. Who should I ask? That's good. If we're looking for something old and ancient, is there anybody who knows about like where one might find something like that?
That's not much information. Could you tell me more?
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking for older things, antiques, artifacts. I'm looking for a star map. Very old, very complex. So, let's see, we can flat out just refuse to say, oh, no, I've said too much, I don't want to talk about it. That doesn't sound very helpful. And telling him we're looking for a very old, very complex star map, that sounds... That sounds like somebody's either going to be... like, they just won't know about it, or else it sounds like the kind of thing they might get people a little too interested. But if we vaguely just say older things, antiques, that's might be specific enough to get us to somebody who might know, while also being vague enough that it's not necessarily going to spark interest. Like, he doesn't know how old, how antique, whether we're looking for something valuable or just of interest to historians. So yeah, let's try that. Looking for older things.
You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know.
Okay. He already kind of told us about some ways to make money. So, yeah, let's get going now. Actually, I really need to get going.
As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Okay.
Huh?
Mission leveling up. Again, just gets a skill.
I'm here.
Sure.
Oh, is there anything in this footlocker? Oh, we get some complimentary grenades and parts and a med pack just for showing up. Okay, antidote kit, computer spikes, and parts. I think you guys are just rolling out the welcome wagon for us, aren't you? Blaster turrets around. I guess this is part of like the security system. Although where they're positioned, like this isn't going to help if like as much if somebody's coming in through this gate. Hello there, Captain. Let's see. Ah, yes, here it is. It looks like the shipment has been delivered to your ship as requested. What shipment? What are you talking about? What shipment was that again? Excellent, thank you. Yeah, I don't know anything about a shipment. What are you talking about? This is Docking Bay 32, isn't it? Yes, it is, and that's what I have here on the requisition form. Everything seems to be in order. The Gizka are your problem now. Excuse me, did you say Gizka? Or whatever you put on my ship, I want it off, now. Yeah, what is a Gizka? Can you explain that? It says right here on the manifest that you ordered a crate of Gizka to be delivered to Docking Bay 32. That's right here. Now all I need is your thumbprint for the... Wait a second, where did the datapad go? Nothing is ever organized here. At any rate, the Gizka are yours. One of the loaders said the crate split open once you put it in your hold. Some of the critters might have gotten loose. Of course they did. That happens, I'm afraid. We don't accept liability, and we certainly couldn't take the cargo back. Enjoy. Okay, well, joke's on you, because I never paid for the Gizka in the first place, so... Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, yeah, these turrets, the way they're kind of hidden behind these little walls here... Like, if somebody were invading this way, the turrets wouldn't have good line of fire at them, certainly not in mass. They all seem to be designed for, like, if a ship is landed and the ship is itself a problem, to be able to aim fire at the ship, or at people disembarking from the ship. So that's interesting. Not usually what I'd expect, but I guess that does make a certain amount of sense, especially in a place like Tatooine, which is more on the fringes and a little bit more lawless than other parts. Like, I don't recall seeing blaster turrets on Dantooine, for instance, where the Jedi probably aren't... Well, one, they're probably not expecting much invasion. Two, they just have one little enclave. A ship could easily just go land elsewhere, as presumably the Mandalorians did when they landed. And now I'm kind of curious. Okay, this is Mictunanjus Orgu, which I forget. I don't think we learned the name of this species, but we did encounter one of them on Taurus. Not the same one, I think, but... Who that? Turn it, you Gunda Fasca. Customers are talking. That's better. Hello, customer. Buy from Mictunanjus and save your credits. And don't be shy. Just ask to see what you want. If you can't get a good look, we don't move the merchandise. Okay, so just showing what you have for sale, or I want to ask some questions. Well, let's see what he has for sale. Yes, of course, we don't want to keep you from your important business. Please have a look. Okay, so Life Support Pack. A Life Support Pack contains dermal regenerators and other equipment for the treatment of wounds. They cannot be used by droids. Life Support Packs heal 30 vitality points, plus Wisdom modifier, plus 3 times the user's skill and treat injury. As opposed to Advanced Med Pack, which heals 20 vitality points, plus Wisdom, plus 2 times the user's skill and treat injury. And so the Wisdom modifier is pretty much just falls out of the equation. You're only going to get a few extra hit points each time, but extra treat injury gives you a lot more hit points. He has a limited supply of life support packs, and I'm guessing they're probably not too common. Let's go ahead and buy him out of those. Okay, so then we have Usanis's brand. It's a melee weapon, which does extra damage to droids. Usanis was was the most famous of Ichani warriors, fighting against oppression and villainy until encountering Darth Revan. Discovering that Revan had killed an Ichani senator, Usanis attempted to tell authorities, but fell to the powers of the Sith Lord, despite his own impressive abilities and the cortosis weave inherent in all Ichani vibroblades. Okay, don't think we need that, although maybe that's something that Zalbar could use, but I'm not traveling with Zalbar at the moment. See, especially the ones that are assigned to a specific person, interesting to read about. So, Jamo Hogra's Carbine. It's a blaster rifle, which does some extra damage. This was the weapon of mercenary Jama Hogra, and was supposed to protect him against the many enemies he earned in his lifetime. Hogra's skill, however, didn't match its potential. However. Okay. Bothan Sensory Visor, Breath Mask, Karakin Gauntlets. Gives a bonus to all saves and Dexterity 1. That could be useful saving up for. These heavy gauntlets, treated by the isolationist Karakin, are almost a complete medical computer in themselves. They constantly monitor and adjust the nervous impulses, blood pressure, and tension through the wearer's hands. The resulting increase in stability and overall system integrity have many benefits. Okay, some energy shields, some thermal shield generator, nerve amplifier, retinal combat. Okay, immunity to critical hits and increased awareness. That sounds useful. Nerve enhancement package. We don't have the ability to. We would need to take feats to be able to get implants though, so don't need those at the moment. Gizka poison. Any Gizka ingesting one of these toxic pellets will die within a few seconds. It will also cause the creature to attack all other Gizka in the area, infecting them as well. Or Bantha fodder. This is a highly pungent mixture of local plants and fungus. Banthas apparently find it irresistible, though it's doubtful any intelligent species would willingly call it food. Gizka poison sounds useful. We should probably make sure to pick some of that up. Okay. And then let's see if we can get enough to buy these gauntlets. 7,500. Let's see if we can sell some stuff. Don't need that. Could sell a couple lightsabers. Need that. Don't think we need the stabilizer gauntlets. Don't think I need the light scan visor. Strength +1, we haven't really been using that. I think Zalbar is the only one we'd probably really give that to, and I think we gave him something even better, so. Haven't been using those. Get rid of a couple implants. Don't really use adrenals much, and certainly not going to be using adrenal strength. Okay, don't use mines. Don't really need this stuff. Okay. I think that should be enough to... Guess the Kraken Gauntlets. This item costs more than 550 credits. Do you still wish to buy? Not sure why 550 credits is the threshold there. Oh, yeah, look at that. We had gloves that just gave us Dexterity +1. Now we're getting gauntlets that give us Dexterity +1 and +3 to all saving throws, so good upgrade there. Let's go ahead and see mission. Your Dexterity base, so we can give you Dexterity +1. I don't know that doesn't quite push her dexterity up to the next threshold, but next time she gets an attribute upgrade, that'll get that, so.
I'm here.
Yes?
Oh, let's see if this guy has... if we can have any questions. Okay, I want to ask you a few questions, or do you just sell stuff? We are here to serve. What do you need to know? Okay, I want to ask about you. Or do you know anything about Tatooine? Or heard any off-world rumors? Will he tell us anything about himself, about his species? Mictunan Juice is just a humble merchant from the Rim. What would you wish to know about we? Where do you come from? Are you one creature or two? Yeah, are you one creature or two? I'm kind of curious about that. You are pardoned for asking because you only know one mind, or at least only one at a time. We are one now, but weren't always. We grow together, bonded from the age of choosing when we become whole. Not like you are half of what you should be, like Brute Squealer. Or not that we would want to offend you, we don't want to lose any business. That is just our way as Perduag. Your other half doesn't say much. Just because you can't hear it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's right, we were told by the one on Taurus that their actual names that they use for themselves require like 2 mouths to speak and 4 ears to hear or something like that. So presumably this head is able to speak at ranges that are audible to humans, and Twi'leks and Wookiees and other creatures with the same auditory range, and the other head is either speaking too high or too low for us to hear. So where do you come from? Oh no, this guy's telling us. You couldn't say it and don't have the ears for it. We suppose the trade lanes have had to call us something. With one mouth, the word is Sorgus, far off the Parlemian trade route. It's an unimportant stop, we admit. We left for a life of trade because we are strong and a good talker. We have done well. Sorry, I guess this is the guy who says, 2 mouths make the sound and 4 ears hear it. I don't recall if the other guy said it or not, or if I'm just remembering this from another playthrough. So sorry to jump the gun there a little bit. So let's go back to my other questions. Do you know anything about Tatooine? Not as much as we should. If we knew more, we would have better business. Travelers like us best. Settlers don't have much to trade. We don't travel far on Tatooine itself, you see. The weather is not like our home. Too dry. Way too dry. Who would I ask to get more information? Always trust the locals, even if they don't trust you. They're the ones that really know what's going on. That's true on any world. Okay, I don't know that that's absolutely true in every case, but that does seem like a good general rule of thumb that, like, if you're if you're having locals saying one thing and you have somebody from out of town saying something else, unless you have some good reason to trust, particularly about local affairs, unless you have some good reason to trust the outsider over the locals might have a little better idea of what's going on. So, okay, so heard any off-world rumors? Just what everyone else talks about. Taurus and the Sith, and the stirring of change. Could be good for business, could be bad for business. All that we know is that wise people keep low and stay out of the way. Something to always remind your other half, if you have one. Okay, I have to go now. We wait for your return. Anyone with credits is always welcome. Duros miner, Anchorhead tradesman, a Ronto. Can we talk to the Ronto? We cannot. Okay. So one thing I do notice is, it seems like everybody here, especially the humans, are all wearing light colors, and like so all the humans are wearing these white or tan robes. Sharina Fizark. She has an actual name, not just Anchorhead Trades person, so we'll actually talk to her. But but I mean, considering Tatooine is a desert world with 2 suns, known for being hot and dry, and it makes sense that people would want robes that very light colored, not have the heat absorbed and overheating you.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing left.
Okay, what do you need? I'm JJ48. I'll help if I can. Or speak. I'm listening. I have no time for beggars. Yeah, what do you need? Well, if it's something we can help with, we'll help.
Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. If you're down and out on Tatooine, you're on your own. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare.
I wouldn't be able to sell it. I'm no hunter. What is a raid plate? Where did you get it? Why do you need the money? I want to ask about your husband's death. It's an odd way to continue a conversation. Somebody comes up to you. Hi, my spouse just died, or died recently, and I'm trying to make ends meet, and can you help me out? Yeah, tell me more about the death. Tell me more about this traumatic experience of yours. Let's not lead with that question. I mean, I think we might be able to get a hunting license, so that might be possible for us to sell it later. So what is a raid plate? Where do you get it?
It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back.
Okay, let's talk about what to do with this plate. Let's go back to my other questions. Yeah, what are we gonna do with this plate?
Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits.
I can't afford it right now. That's true, we just spent all of our money on these nice gauntlets. I can't buy it, but I could take it and sell it for you. Or I think I'll just take it from you. No, let's see if she'll accept that. We can get a hunting license, and then sell it, and then bring her back the money. Yeah.
I don't know. How could I be sure you would come back? Are you sure you can't buy it?
That is a good point.
Please.
It's the only choice you have, trust me. Or can force persuade. You trust me. You'll give me the plate to sell. Now, we could force persuade her, get the plate, and then bring back the money. But in that case, I think it's best. We'll just say we can't afford it right now, and we'll come back for it when we do get the money. That seems like the best option. So yeah, I'm sorry, can't afford it right now.
I don't know what to do then. We need the credits desperately. Could you get it? I could wait.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it later. That sounds good. Have to go. Goodbye.
Please. Will no one help?
So yeah, once we get 500 credits, we'll come back and buy it. Oh, but
you, please, have you reconsidered? I must sell this desert raid plate, but I have no.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Now that we've talked a little bit, now I want to ask about your husband's death.
I still can't believe he's gone. What do you want to know?
Who was he? Tell me about him. Any leads on who killed him? Yeah, who was he?
His name was Ward Fizark. He used to work in the mines, but they scaled back last year. He was new to hunting, but he was a good fighter. Used to be a soldier. We spent everything on his gear. After a few trips, he didn't come back. Guards say his sandcrawler crew found his body stripped of everything.
Any leads on who killed him?
Nobody saw anything, and most of the other hunters never even knew him. He had just started. I don't trust any of them. But those Gamorreans, they just laugh when they see me. I think they did it.
You aren't looking for vengeance? I mean, not that I'm encouraging that, but I mean, it does seem kind of odd that you think that some people killed him and you're not trying to do anything about it, seek justice or get help going after him or anything. It's not normal. Again, not that I'm condoning vengeance, but it seems that you'd want to do something.
It doesn't matter. There's no justice on Tatooine. I don't care what happens to them. I just need credits. I've got to think about my family, not those vicious pigs.
Okay, well, I have to go. Goodbye. I think that's all we have to talk about until I can get some credits.
Please. Will no one help? We need the credits. We have nothing.
Okay, let me go get some credits. I mean, your other alternative is I can force persuade you to just give me the plate, and then I don't know, maybe you'd be like worried about whether once I'm gone, I don't know if like force persuading wears off or something. Let's go to the hunting lodge here. Mod Fortuna, Dorat Quinn. Everybody's got names here. Oh, we have a named Gamorrean. A couple named Gamorreans. Wow. Does the Rodian not have a name? This one doesn't. Okay, there's a named Rodian over here. Kudos. You look like a Pazak player. Hello, human. Are you a hunter like the others here? Not the life for me, but I admire you for it. What do you do? I fill the days with games of Pazak. Not that there's many people to play with, but a person should keep busy somehow. I play with that fellow in the cantina, but I find him distasteful. He does not play for the same reasons I do. Why do you play? Sport of it. Even if I lose, there is reward in having played to the best of my ability. I don't dwell on the credits taken or given. You're a real gamer. To most people, the game is simply gambling, but I choose to get more out of it than that. Not many players see it my way. Okay, let's go back to some other questions. Very well, I have little else to do. What do you know about Tatooine? Oh, I doubt I could tell you more than the rest of these fellows. I haven't set foot outside Anchorhead, and I don't know why anyone would want to. Tatooine isn't a very hospitable place. I'll be going as soon as parts of my ship arrive. It may take some time, though. Heard any rumors from off-planet? Nothing since that unfortunate business on Taurus. The Republic is reeling from that, as are we all. It is troubling. To But you can't let that call a stop to your day. We've survived worse and will again. It's just the way things are. Okay. Well, I don't have time for Bazak at the moment, but we'll... good luck finding some good games. Safe Traveler's Wayfarer. Okay, the tables with the seats around them I get. I'm not sure why there's these tables in the middle just facing outwards. These chairs in the middle. Interesting looking ceiling fan as well. And then have some shuttered windows. Because that makes sense. You can block out some sun as well as sand and everything. Okay, how about Faza Urtral? Well, a new face. Come to test your skill on the endless dunes of Tatooine. This world may not have much, but it does have the meanest predators this side of the Galactic Rim. A hunter's paradise. Let's see. Anything out of the ordinary happening? I mean, you're on Tatooine or just in general? I heard about the destruction of Terrace. Don't know anything specific. I'm not surprised something like it happened. I remember the Exar Kun War and how Sith and the Jedi fought across worlds. Don't have much interest in either group. Both act like they are above my concerns, and I guess they are. Know about anything more local? Zerka Corporation is always complaining about sand people. I stay out of it. We hunt animals, not people. I guess the Jawas are being pushed around again. At least that's what I think they said. Tough to tell sometimes. You'll have to talk to these groups yourself for more. I keep to myself. Okay, I want to ask about Tatooine. Not much to tell. Barren place, can't support much, but I have managed to get some off-world hunters showing up. I suppose there's trouble here like anywhere else, but you'll have to ask someone else about that. I keep to myself. Okay. I'll be here. I keep hunter's hours. Faza's is always open. Who was I supposed to talk to get a license? Here's Comad Fortuna. Yes, is there something you wish, human? Information, if I could trouble such a worthy hunter for a moment. Or just a few questions, if that's alright. Yes, what will you pay for me not to kill you? Okay, of those three, let's flatter him a bit, so... Yes, let's trouble the worthy hunter for a moment. Spare me the flattery, human. Such talk is rarely sincere. Fair enough. Okay, who are you? What do you do? Or, I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best? I have to leave. Let's, who knows this planet best? Who might be able to help us find something specific here? No one that will return your questions. To truly know the dunes, you have to live there, as the Sand People do. Only they truly explore the land. They attack without debate, if you see them at all. Have you ever seen the Sand People with anything odd? Or what about the Jawas? Or who are you and what do you do? Yeah, let's ask about Sand People. The Sand People carry nothing but weapons and bloodlust. To them, outsiders are invaders. Once or twice, however, I have seen them emerge from older ruins with sacks and other containers. I've always been driven off, and if I examine the site later, there's nothing left. What kinds of ruins were these? Where were they? They were old storehouses of some kind, but you couldn't find them now, human. The sand covers all. The only ones who would know what was there are the Sand People, and you would have to take it by force. Finding their encampment is easy enough. Walk south until you are attacked. What about the Jawas? They're natives, aren't they? Shouldn't they know something about the area? The Jawas may know the land as well, but are more interested in trading than talking. Their language is difficult. If you can get anything more than the price of a droid out of them, I'll be impressed. And who are you? I'm Comad Fortuna, a hunter and a member of this lodge. It is not the life for everyone, but I am content. Okay, where's the best hunting? How long have you been at this? What can you tell me about the other hunters? I mean, where's the best hunting? I'm guessing he's not going to tell us that. It might be an insult to even ask. That, like, what, you're gonna try to hone in on my territory? But what can you tell me about the other hunters? Probably not as much as you would learn speaking to them yourself, even if they tell you nothing. Most obvious are the Gamorreans, however. Gurk and his crew are not the best company. They hunt, but often come back with salvage instead of hides or pearls. I think their prey walks upright. Wouldn't the guards have something to say about that? Or what about the hunters besides the Gamorreans? Yeah, are there guards that they could be reported to or something? The dunes are far from the reach of their blasters. Besides, Gurk spends his money in company stores. Okay, what about other hunters? Put simply, Dorak Quinn is honorable. Tanis Ven is not so much, but I have no real quarrel with him. How long have you been a hunter here? A decade? 2? I don't enslave myself to time, human. There is day, and there is night. You really don't know anymore? Tatooine will not change in my lifetime. Why bother trying to keep up with the rolling of the years? Okay, go back to the first questions. Yep, I think that answers all our questions. Thank you. This guy in the corner, just... Is that the guy that put all the things on our ship? No wonder he doesn't want to talk to us.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit.
Come now, I just want to benefit from your experience. Or it's just as well. You probably couldn't teach me anything. Or you'll show me respect. I demand it. I mean, none of those are... Really, if he doesn't want to be bothered, I'd just probably apologize and leave. But of those 3, I'll try to talk him down a little bit. I just want to benefit from your experience.
Well, you sure know how to get on my good side. You're just trotting out banthapats, but thanks all the same.
Okay, I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best?
You'll have to ask around. Comad Fortuna is a much more experienced hunter than I am. He hunts far from Anchorhead. The local Jawas are a good source of information, even if it is hard to understand them. It may cost you, though.
Okay, and who are you?
My name is Dorak Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays?
Along with social security number, if you have it, be nice. What can you tell me about the other hunters?
I don't go telling stories about other people. You want to know what they think? You go talk to them. One word, though. Watch yourself around the Gamorreans. Gurk and his buddies aren't to be trusted. Everyone else I respect because they have skill. Those guys, they go for easier prey.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Just watch your back when you hunt. The dragons aren't the only dangers out there.
Okay.
If that's what you want, I'm not sure what you hope to get out of me, though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. So, I have to leave. Goodbye.
Good hunting.
Okay, let's... Narcol, do you have anything to say? Don't you interrupt my drinking. Gurk got more patience. Go bother him. Exact. Oh, I got nothing to say to you. Maybe Gurk do, but that's his business. Girk. Ah, boys, talk to me. What do you want, Humi? Girk has no time for you. Yeah, you tell him, Girk. Yeah, they go really fast on some of these. What if I wanted advice? I'm sure you're very smart. Keep your temper, I just want to ask some questions. Watch your tongues, piggies, or I'll rip them out. Or Shrina Null thinks you may have killed her husband. These guys seem like they might actually be open to flattery. They don't seem like the brightest bunch, so... What if I wanted advice? I'm sure you're very smart. What? Trying to get my secrets, I bet. Trying to find where I hunt, huh? Yeah, you get nothing. I'm looking for something. Are you good scouts? Oh, we are best among everybody, but not for you. We hunters know more than everybody. Yeah, you go learn the dunes yourself, then maybe you're tough enough to talk to us. Probably not, though. Yeah, probably not. Bet you don't come back. Is that a threat? Shut up, stupid. Oh, why don't you let him speak? So, can I ask what you do? Yeah, why don't you let him speak? What, you deaf? Because he's stupid and talks too much. You leave us alone now. I'm not stupid, you're stupid.
Aw, jeez. I hope this doesn't take too long. Gamorreans like to throw insults around, but they just don't have the smarts for it.
You are a stupid one, not me. You too stupid to even know you were stupid. No, you are a stupid one, stupid. You so stupid everyone sees you and say, look at stupid. Real top-notch insults here. Mission, you were so off base. Shut up, stupid. Yeah, Mission, I'm not sure why you would say they're not good at insults. I mean, that's... What more could you ask for? Anyway, I think I'll just leave. Yeah, you leave. That's good. Maybe we see you out on the dunes. Maybe before you see us. Shuts up, stupid. Okay, and then Tanis Ven.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it?
I'm looking for experts. You seem knowledgeable. I'm just looking to ask a few questions. Maybe it is. What is your life worth? Yeah, I don't know anything about any credits or anything, so I'm looking for people who might know stuff.
Oh, of course. Who put you up to this, my wife? I meant what I said about having no credits.
I want to ask who you are and what it is you do. I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best? Yep.
Who knows the planet? I don't know. I guess the Sand People. I'm usually running when I see them, though.
Have you ever seen the Sand People with anything odd?
Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise you.
Okay, where did this happen?
I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you soon enough.
And what about the Jawas?
Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh?
Okay. Who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Tanis, and what I do is hunt. I'm sure you've heard of me. Well, actually, I hope you haven't.
Okay, let's just leave alone. I don't think we're getting anything out of these hunters.
Fine, whatever you want.
Except, I have to leave. Goodbye.
Good hunt.
We have heard pretty much all of them confirm that if we want somebody who knows the dunes, we need to, we're going to need to find the Sand People. I'm trying to remember where... I mean, this is the hunting lodge. Is this not where we go to get a hunting license? Maybe there's like a Zerka office or something. Let's talk to this guy again just to see. I have some questions about hunting. 200 credits for a license down at the Zerka office. No license, no hunting. Okay. Why do I need a license? Would you consider lowering the fee? Or what is there to hunt on Tatooine? So why do I need a license? You need a license because nobody gets out of the city without one. Circuit Corporation uses it to keep track of people. They want people to know that if they step outside the gates, they are on their own. Only serious hunters pay the 200 credit fee. Once you have a license, I'll pay for whatever spoils of the hunt you bring back. I have off-world buyers that take them. Okay. What sort of hunting does go on Tatooine? I don't think we've asked that yet. Most of our boys confine themselves to hunting raid. Large, fleshy beasts as tall as a man. Or a tall man. Desert raid have a large bone plate on their head that I pay well for. But that's not where the real glory of the hunt is. You've probably heard about the big prize, the Great Dragon. The most fearsome predator in the system, they are. If you can find one, and I doubt you will, I'll buy the stones polished in their gizzard, the dragon pearls. Oh, the dragons are rare then? You'd think it'd be easier to find such a gigantic creature. Comad's father took one down, but that was years ago. What's so special about Comad's father? He'd been a hunter for years, using strict traditional methods. Komad is just like him. Maybe he'll show you a thing or two out on the dunes. Okay, let's go back to the first question. Yeah, I'll have to go. I think we've already asked you about some of the other stuff. So, okay, so we're gonna need... We have 191 credits. We can almost afford a hunting license. Maybe we will be able to afford one by the time we make it to the Zerka office. Hey, 4 credits, and we only need 5 more. Sir, those weren't yours, were they?
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please, make it quick.
I just want to ask some questions. I'll take however long I want, understand? Nothing, goodbye. I just want to ask some questions.
All right, but I'm not sure what I could say to interest you. I just work on the crawlers.
Describe your job and who you work for. Or what can you tell me about Tatooine and Anchorhead? Nothing, goodbye. Seems an oddly direct way to address somebody that you've just bothered in the middle of doing their work or something. I mean, I guess he's not working on sand crawlers at the moment, so it's not like he's on the clock, but it seemed to be doing something with the speeder, so... yeah, let's pretend we're interviewing you. Describe your job and who you work for.
I repair the sand crawlers when they return from the mines. They get pretty banged up, even without the attacks.
What attacks do you mean?
The sand people attack them pretty regularly. Zerka Corporation is getting pretty sick of it, I hear. They've offered bounties on sand people for a while now, but few hunters take them up on it. Too dangerous.
Where can I learn about these bounties? When did the sandcrawlers head out? What can you tell me? Okay. When do the sandcrawlers head out?
Oh, the big crawlers head out at dawn. That's so they avoid the bigger predators. The raid, I mean. Doesn't help avoid the sand people, though. They attack pretty regular, no matter what Zerka Corporation tries.
Okay, what can you tell me about Tatooine and Anchorhead?
Well, it's a hole in the galaxy as far as I'm concerned. I doubt this outpost will last much longer. But that's happened before and will happen again. Anchorhead has been resettled a few times now.
Why have previous settlements failed? The Zerka Corporation isn't doing well here?
Well, Tatooine fools people. It looks like it might have a good supply of resources, but it doesn't. Before a company learns this, they've already set up communities to support operations they now can't afford. Company pulls out, cities dry up, and after a few years, someone that doesn't know why it failed tries again.
And Zerka Corporation also isn't doing well here?
No one is. I guess it looked like a promising mining planet, but the metal, I tell you, it just isn't right. I've been a mechanic my whole life, and I've never seen anything corrode as fast as Tatooine metal. It's why whoever was here before left, and why Zerka will leave, and why whoever comes next will leave.
Okay, that's all I need. Goodbye.
All right then, back to work, I guess.
So it sounds like Tatooine has an abundance of metal, but there's just something wrong with the metal that makes it so it just corrodes very easily or quickly or something. So it sounds like what they really need is just someone to figure out some way to use the metal that's here, and then you could get some profit out of the planet. Let's head to the Zerka office. Even though we're a couple credits short, maybe there'll be a place we can sell some stuff in here. You'll be hearing about this, you Zerka puppet. I'm not going to let this drop. You can't just murder a whole village. And don't tell me to take my concerns to your corporate kiosk. I know when I'm not wanted. What's going on here? Who are you? Or stop your shouting, fool. What's this about? We don't really know what's going on, so what is going on here? I'm done talking in this office. They aren't interested in listening to me. I doubt they'll even acknowledge I was here. Typical corporate evasion. That's what happens when they own everything. No accountability. Don't even bother bringing it up. Okay. Bastila seems to have something on her mind. Okay, it's odd time to choose, but let's speak to Bastila.
How can I help?
Can you show me one of the visions again? Can you help me with my little stowaway problem? Oh yeah, we might be able to get some of our allies to help us. Do you know anything about this place? I'm guessing what triggered this was I'd like to know more about you.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Okay, tell me how you joined the Jedi, then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why? So the Jedi separates children from their families? Why is it discouraged?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love? That sounds idiotic. I'd never agree to that. Don't you miss your family at all? That does sound odd. You aren't allowed to love.
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
Okay. You don't sound very convinced. Or don't you miss your family at all? I mean, on the one hand, she does kind of say it like she's just reciting the answer that she's memorized from a book. On the other hand, I don't know that that really sounds any different from how she normally speaks, so you don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Who weren't you on good terms with? You and your father were close? I don't need to hear your family history, thanks. What do you mean you weren't on good terms with people?
I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound very sad when you say that. Are you saying you no longer feel love? But if a Jedi were to love, surely it wouldn't be all bad. I don't know. The thing is, like, you're saying this stuff about, like, oh, we'll do it because we won't have emotions can be dangerous and whatnot. But you do sound sad when you say it. So, I mean, it's still emotional. It's just a different kind of emotion. Yeah, you sound very sad.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Okay. Yeah, that's... Sorry, that is kind of a sad story. I mean, on the one hand, I can understand the not wanting strong attachments. On the other hand, I don't think just trying to shut off emotions entirely and running away from anything resembling emotions is the correct approach. I don't think people are meant to function that way, and in fact that could potentially be more dangerous, because if you're just used to avoiding emotions, eventually you're going to get to the point where you have to face emotions, and then you're just going to be in trouble then. Personally, I think it would probably be better if you had emotions but were taught how to deal with them. But I guess I'm not the Jedi instructor. Because then again, I also wouldn't have thought of just throwing people to the dark side in the hopes that they learn the lesson that it's possible to come back to the dark side, but very easy to fall. So, what do I know? Okay, sorry, ma'am. What can you tell me about the Zerka office here?
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses.
What? I need a hunting license. So I'm looking for a miner named Griff. I want to ask about hunting licenses. I want to ask about Zerka Corporation. Anything out of the ordinary happening? I have to go. Goodbye. I mean, it sounds like there's something out of the ordinary. But let's deal with missions question first. We're looking for a miner named Griff.
Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll.
Well, I'm convinced. See, maybe 20 credits will refresh your memory. Try to persuade. Are you certain of that? I would leave sooner if I knew. Or you want to tell me about Griff? Force persuasion. I mean, we have force persuasion, might as well use it. You want to tell me about Griff?
Can you spare me a few moments? I have something I want to get off my chest. I want to tell you about one of our workers. His name was Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
Yeah, that sounds like him. Or so you fired him? No, I mean, mission, you can confirm, but I mean, this sounds exactly like how you described your brother, so.
We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him.
The Sand People? You mean he's dead? Now tell us about the Sand People.
He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
So your workers are all expendable? Or did the Sand People kill Griff or not? I mean, it's obvious she's saying that the workers are all expendable. I don't know that getting indignant about it is really gonna help matters at all. So just tell us whether Griff is alive or dead.
We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job.
Yeah, but you're expendable, right? Is there some type of reward for saving him? Or never mind what? Would you pay anything to have him saved?
As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please.
I'm not planning on going to Coruscant, so I guess that's out. Let's
Very well, though I do have work to get back to.
Let's ask about something else. What was this about hunting licenses not being available?
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is.
Okay, there's no way to get a license? Or why would I need a license anyway? Have there been a lot of people leaving the city? Isn't there any way to get a license?
Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains.
Why pay for the gaffy sticks? Why not their heads? Or I don't want to do this. I'll agree to do it. Or why would I need a license? Yeah, why do you want the sticks and not, like, their heads or something?
Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good.
That's a good point. I guess the gaffy sticks are going to be less messy than bringing a bunch of heads here. But yeah, I don't really want to do that, because I haven't... Again, this just sounds like a territorial dispute that, like, I can't really say one side is clearly in the right and the other in the wrong or anything. But why do I need a license anyway?
We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Zerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Zerka hunting license.
Have there been a lot of people leaving the city?
With the downturn in mining, people want any chance at credits they can get. Most wouldn't survive a day, let alone qualify as hunters. The last license issued before the ban was given to a woman named Marlena Venn. She'll do fine. She had a mean streak a parsec wide. She also paid double. Exceptions like this are rare, unless it suits the company to offer them.
Okay, let's go back to my questions.
Very well, though I do have...
Anything out of the ordinary happening?
I assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That is all anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Zerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants.
No desire to mistakenly associate with the losing side, hmm? Know about anything more local? Yeah, you guys are trying to play neutral and play both sides against each other, aren't you?
Zerka Corporation policy is not subject to your approval. It is a sound business model. Save us your commentary.
Okay. What do you know that's more local?
If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the Swoop Track, one of the few leisure industries on Tatooine. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help. I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message.
Okay, I think that about covers it.
Farewell. Zerka Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
Okay, what does Greta Halda have? Yes, what is it? This is about mining or sand people. You go to Zerka officers. I just manage the storehouse. Okay, let's see what you have for purchase. Mostly just standard Zerka provisions and supplies. Not enough to keep the locals happy. Have a look. Oh, we can get some more life support packs here. Zabrak battle armor. Chani battle armor. Powered light battle armor. Powered battle armor. Interesting that powered light battle armor is actually medium Armor. Without blaster. Grenade. You don't have, like, this weapon belonged to somebody and here's a cool little story about him or anything. Okay. So, I don't want to agree to just go wipe out the Sand People, so let's see if there's some other way of getting a Don't you believe a word of what Zerka Corporation said in there? There's always a peaceful solution to conflict. They are just lazy. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Move aside. I have things to do. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Sand People, perhaps? Zerka miners have been attacked by Sand People, so the company Zerka Corporation wants them killed. They didn't ask you to do it. Sand People aren't animals. I've watched them, and they are intelligent. There must be a way to peacefully stop the attacks. I know it. But no one will try, of course. You can't even leave the city without Zerka approval, and they want the Sand People dead. Intelligent or not, the Sand People have killed people. Or why would you know any better? I mean, they have killed people, but again, it sounds like that's kind of going both ways if Zerka's hiring people to kill them as well. So, why would you know any better? What do you know about this? Perhaps I'm no expert on diplomatic situations, but I know when there is a lack of due care for the environment and the residents of it. What would you have done? The Sand People, it must have seemed like an invasion. There were no negotiations for territory or resources. I don't think the killing has been justified, but as a conservationist, I'm hoping someone at least tries to talk this out. Okay, what would you suggest then? Why hasn't anyone tried talking to them? I will deal with the matter as I see fit. I don't care, get out of my way. Why hasn't anyone tried talking to them? Well, there is the small matter that they don't seem to speak a language that your average translator can understand. Is that their fault? There was even a Jedi here a few years ago that couldn't seem to get through to them. I think that ended in blood, too. Not saying it would be easy, but someone has to try. Maybe with a real translation droid, not these old protocol scrap heaps walking around. Who would have a capable droid? Why don't you do something? Why should I? Where might I find a capable droid? They are pretty rare, even on well-stocked worlds, but I'm sure I heard something about an unusual droid in the shop here on Tatooine. I'm sure I heard Yuka Laka say that it could speak a Sand People dialect, although he'd say rust is gold to make a sale. With that droid, maybe you could talk to them. I wouldn't survive. Maybe with desert robes as disguise, someone could get into their enclave. Okay, where would that enclave you mentioned be? Or where would you get robes to match theirs? Maybe I'll look into it. Let's see, where would you get... I've heard that enclave sounds like people have just been saying walk south till you get shot at. So where would I get robes? I suppose you could take them off the warrior raiders at the Dune Sea, but there's no way I'd survive anything like that. Plus you would have to explain why you killed their warriors if you were trying to make peace, but I suppose there's no other way. Okay, where's their enclave? What? It's no secret where they are. The attacks get worse the further southwest in the Dune Sea you go. And then people die on both sides. Okay. Maybe I'll look into it. Sure, that's what Zerka Corporation keeps saying, and then they just start shooting again. Fighting won't stop until they are all dead. Or until the Zerka leave. The one is as likely as the other with the way things are going. Bah, what do I know? Man, that was actually rather helpful, Grumpy Dude. Here's Jawa. Okay. Citizens and Zerka officer. Okay, that is dark clothing for being out here. I wouldn't think that people on this planet would normally wear clothing that dark. More Jawas. Sure, as I could be looking at my mini-map and seeing, like, Oh hey, there's a little blue place showing that there's a door that we can enter, not just decoration. That's for swoop registration. I'm not really interested in doing a swoop
Lord
race at the moment.
Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Now, I'm no English expert, but I'm pretty sure that should be to whomever destroys you. I could be wrong about that, but just in case, I'd better throw a lightsaber at you. And again, mission, what are you doing right here on the front line? Is that a purple lightsaber you got there, dude? Will I be able to get your lightsaber and take its crystal? Because that actually looked kind of cool. Or was it just red and, like, because of the angle and other lights and stuff, it was purple? Okay, you're not very smart either. I mean, you had Bastila and I fighting against you, and you decided to just charge right through us to try to get a mission, and didn't even do a good job of it. So we have some credits. Alright, we now have our 200 credits, although it doesn't help us. Data pad, we'll check that out. A crystal for our lightsaber. Dueling shield, a grenade, a assassin pistol. Red crystal, short lightsaber. Oh, okay, no purple lightsaber crystal. Yellow, for pink card, irregular. Dark Jedi Knight robe. Let's see how these robes are. Right now we have a defense bonus of 7 and some other damage resistance. Dark Jedi Knight robe would just give us a defense of 2. Designed for those who relish personal combat and know the power comes to those who take it. These robes offer good protection with no hindrance movement. Okay. But we don't need that at the moment. We already have decent enough armor. What does a Diamond crystal do? Found in the desert world of Dominia, this crystal can be used in lightsaber construction to produce a clearly defined beam of subtly wider width and length. What would a slightly wider, slightly longer lightsaber do? Maybe more damage? Maybe better attack, like easier to hit somebody with that? Sith assassin pistol. These weapons are designed to incapacitate, so death may be quick or lingered upon as desired. Droids are simply dispatched, as cruelty is best rationed among the living. Also does extra damage against droids. Okay. And a stun chance. Mission, you're currently using Karth's blaster, which has an attack of 16 and 4 to 9 damage. Sith assassin pistol has the same attack bonus. Does a little bit less damage, but does more damage against droids and has a chance to stun, which might be useful. Why don't you,
yes?
Stick to that. Okay, where am I? Okay, this way. Okay, citizen and a droid. That looks like it's just decorative. Here's the cantina. Okay. I'm not sure I get this. holographic entertainment like this of like a guy playing or someone dancing or something might make sense in a place where you can't get live entertainment, but you actually have a live dancer and live musicians. Why do you need this hologram just at the end of the bar here? Authority and patron. Junix Nard.
Huh? Who are you then? The only new people that come to Junix Nard's Cantina are long-time losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum.
Okay, standard questions. Anything out of the ordinary happening? I guess a cantina is a good place to ask that.
I suppose you're fishing for a reaction to the destruction of Taris. That's all anyone from off-world is talking about. Well, I'll tell you, it's about time someone kicked the Republic in the tail and got things moving. I guess the Sith are the ones that do it. Don't get me wrong, all those deaths were horrible. If war gets the money moving, maybe they'll decide to fortify us out here.
Okay, no, I'm actually looking for something more local.
No?
No, you don't know, or no, you won't tell me?
Just no. I don't look for trouble. You'll have to talk to people yourself if you want more than that. If you don't mind.
Okay, I'll take that as,
Yeah.
telling me to leave. Okay, we have a Jawa server. Some Zerka officers. Gandroff.
Well now, what can Gandroff do for you? It's been a while since I've had anyone bother talking to me. Usually it's some kid wondering what my old racing days were like, but I was back on Taris. Seems like a long time ago.
I wanted to ask a few questions if you have the time. I just have some questions, don't bother getting friendly. I don't care about your faded glory, I'm not here for story time. I just want to ask a few questions.
I'm not sure what I have that you would be interested in. I'm just an old swoop jock that doesn't have the head for it anymore.
I'm looking for something. Who knows the planet best?
Ask me again in a few years and it'll be me. I'm probably not going back out on the circuit. There is one. But for now, I don't know any more than the next guy. Well, you should try the locals. Jawas, maybe. Funny little guy.
Okay. That actually does sound like good advice, but so I'll be leaving and maybe go find some Jawas.
Keep safe. Yep. Seems like tough times are coming.
Okay. Before we... I wanted to... What is this guy playing? Like, the one guy... Can I focus on the... Okay, that guy's playing... Looks like some kind of space bassoon or something. What is this guy? It's got, like, keys on the side. But then I don't know what's over here. Is it some kind of electric accordion? Maybe uses a fan to, like, instead of squeezing in and out to get airflow, it have like just a fan constantly able to. It's an interesting idea. Maybe that guy's like it's like the Star Wars universe equivalent of Weird Al. Can't talk to this Bith. Furco Nellis. Oh, this was the guy, the Rhodian who just likes playing Pizak for fun. Told us Furco just doesn't get along with Furco because he plays for different reasons. So presumably Furco just wants to gamble. Okay. I don't think we need to speak to Furco at the moment. Jawa. Anchorhead's actually kind of expansive for
Hey, Bastila. You ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt to the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be times when you've thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
Okay, Bastila, looks like there might be hope for you yet. I mean, you don't want to be malicious about it, but yeah, having a little fun, that seems good. A little bit of friendly, I don't know what we'd call that, prank, just harassing each other a little bit. Droid shop, okay. It's probably not going to be able to get outside the gate yet. Not until we can figure out what to do about a pass. Okay, so Yukalaka, HK47, inoperative droid, utility droid, defense turret. Okay, let's... Nope. Can't get in that container, okay. Yukalaka. What is this? A customer I don't recognize? Perhaps you bring off-world money to Yukalaka? Okay, what do you have available in your shop? My money is my own business. Not interested, goodbye. What do you have available? You're lucky to come at this time. I have one droid ready to go. I just took possession of it. An HK47. It's a fine protocol translator. I think it's been modified. It claims to understand the Sand People dialect, and also has some armor mounts. Combat ready, perhaps? I mean, with a name like HK47, combat ready does seem like it would be rather fitting. So let me ask you a few questions about HK47. Where I'm looking for exotics, something called a star map. What do you have in stock besides droids? Yeah, let's ask about this HK47 first. Of course. Let me just say that every function I've tested has performed perfectly. Those that I could find, anyway. You don't seem to know much about it. What functions have you tested? Or what does the HK47 designation mean? Yeah, you don't seem very knowledgeable about it. The unit has been a little uncooperative. They get that way when they go too long without a memory wipe.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it?
You can leave it alone if you find its mannerisms amusing. It might be a little eccentric, but it's stable. Why haven't you wiped its memory? Or, I'm interested, let's talk price. Or what functions have you tested? Okay, what does it mean? Okay. Why haven't you wiped its memory? I would have, but I can't seem to access any inner circuits. It's definitely built for security, and built to last. At any rate, it claims it doesn't have access to its own memory core anyway. Could be telling the truth, it's hard to say. What functions have you tested? I haven't examined its programming, but I have made some observations. It has obvious protocol and translation skills, including Sand People dialects, apparently. That is something that we need. Surprisingly, it also handles weapons exceptionally well. I'd even say it's seen combat, but it won't tell. Stubborn thing. It needs to sell itself better. 2 moisture farmers have been in, but it just stood there. What does the HK47 designation mean? Haven't got a clue. Doesn't match any protocol or utility standard. I assume it's a retired model. I'll tell you to ask the thing yourself, but it's pretty stubborn. Quality construction, though. Where did you get this HK? I acquired the droid from a friend that manages an off-world Zerka warehouse. It was in trade for a debt he owed.
Gee, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Warehouse workers have a bad habit of paying off their debts with other people's property, you know?
He said no one would miss it. Might have been surplus. It doesn't look like it was Zerka made, though. Okay, how much are you asking for it? It's a very solid machine, in good shape. Can't let it go for less than 5,000 credits. Could I convince you to lower the price a bit? Or I can't pay that, I'm not interested. Yeah, is there any way I could just, like, Jedi you into lowering the price? Can I convince you to lower the price at all? 4,000, not a credit less. That was quick. Desperate to sell? I still can't pay that. I'm not interested. Perhaps I can convince you to go lower? Yeah, you were pretty quick to just knock off 1,000. No, not really. The first figure really was a little high. You never know, the occasional person bites right away. Will you go any lower? Lower? How low are you expecting me to go? These are difficult times. The debt the droid covered was a large one. Come now, think of the advertising you'll get from me. Or you will lower your price. I deserve it. Yeah, how much... I suppose we can't just, like, force persuade him to give it away for free. That might be a little dishonest. But how much can we force persuade you to lower it?
I can be pretty convincing when I have to be. That mind trick is something else.
I will lower my price for you. You are deserving. 2,500 credits, no lower. I still can't pay that. I'm not interested. Well, then we are done talking about it. I can't go lower than that. Okay, what other questions were there? Oh, we were going to ask about the star map. I deal mostly with swoop parts and droid maintenance. Maybe I heard a Jawa mutter something about old things. I could have misheard. They cover very large areas when they scavenge, but aren't doing much right now. What is stopping the Jawas from scavenging? Did the Jawas bring you this HK-47? We already know the answer to that, so what's going on with the Jawas and their scavenging? Yeah, and I might have misunderstood, but I think some of their tribe mates are missing. I think they wanted help. I stay away from trouble, but if you are interested, there was a Jawa by the city gate. You'll need a droid to translate, though. I don't need a translator. I understand most languages is fine. Yeah, I might even understand Jawa for all I know. I haven't spoken any Jawas yet. Really? Jawas give me trouble. Say, maybe I can issue you in a multi-purpose droid. HK-47. Very nice. Do you have anything in stock beside droids? Looking for droid or spike parts, Well, I may have a few things. Would you like to look at what is in stock? Yeah, show me what you have. Not much at the moment, but it's better than nothing. Oh, that's some nice heavy armor for droids. Okay, targeting computer, good. Okay, if we do get the droid and need to upgrade him, definitely want to save up for that. But let's see what we can sell at the moment. Can I sell enough to get 2,500 credits? Okay, this is bypassing locking mechanisms on doors and containers. Okay, so this is just like a security spike, but it gives us a bonus to our ability when we use it. We can have mission make security spikes for us, so let's go ahead and sell those. Get an extra 100 from that. We can go ahead and sell the Jedi robe and the Dark Jedi Knight robe, even though it's not going to be a lot of... we don't need all these lightsabers, do we? worth more than 250 credits? Yeah, we'll sell it. Short lightsaber. Don't need all of these color crystals. I'll keep the crystals that give some stat bonuses and things, because we never know when we might want to swap those out, but the color crystals, I don't need to hold on to those, I don't think. All the named weapons I want to hold on to, just 'cause it's kind of remembering what we did to get those. Haven't really been using sonic grenades much. Usually concussion grenades don't do anything but stun. Also not worth a lot. I only have 5 of them. I'll get rid of the sonic grenades. I have one adhesive grenade, a couple. Crap, we haven't really been using these, but we might want to at some point. Okay, don't need another neural band. Don't really use energy shields much. Okay, that gives us 2,500. Let's see if we have anything more we can sell. Oh yeah, we were gonna. There's data pad stuff we needed to do. Oh, that's a data pad that we can sell. We need to check our inventory to find the data pad that the Sith assassins had. Don't really want to sell the upgrades because those are kind of rare, I think. Sell ion grenades. We don't really have much need for those. And okay, I guess 4,000. That's what I was looking for primarily. Welcome back. Yes, I knew that you would return. I still have that droid available. This HK-47 is a good deal. Okay.
And if the...
Okay, let's talk price. Choose me down to 2,500 credits. I can go no lower. Alright, I'll pay it. You will? I mean, of course you will. Let me just withdraw those credits. Hey, you weren't lying. Well, thank you very much. Just go on over and talk to it. I'll deactivate the restraining bolt when you take possession. It's a good purchase, especially if it actually speaks a Sand People dialect like it said. Of course, I don't think it was telling me everything. Not many droids are programmed to lie, though. Okay, before I go, I would like to buy something else. We're gonna buy... Droid heavy... I guess we should get the droid first, just to make sure it doesn't like already have droid heavy plating or something. Then we can buy an upgrade for it.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you?
Kill something for me? Travel with me now. Or wait here, I'll take possession later. You're going straight to killing something?
Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master.
Okay, yeah, let's travel.
Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering with anticipation.
Okay. Let's have you replace Bastila. Because we're still looking for Mission's brother. She's going to want to be with us. I want to travel with HK for a while. Because I think he's a fun character. gonna level up a bit. Oh, he doesn't have any plating or anything. Wow. Okay, yes, we definitely want to get him armor plating. And he just has a regular blaster rifle. Well, why don't we give you Zalbar's bowcaster? And we'll upgrade that at some point.
What?
And let's level you up. Okay, I think we're going to want repair kits because, of course, as a droid, he's going to use repair kits instead of med packs. So giving him higher droid ability would be good. Oh yeah, okay, so now it's droid upgrade class 2. We're going to want to keep track of that. Another good thing to check before we buy any upgrades for him. Pretty sure we want higher dexterity because he's going to be, seems like he's going to be ranged. I guess we'll see right now. We're going to see what feats he has. Okay, so 2-weapon fighting, not going to be an issue if he's using a rifle. Demolitions and stealth, repair security, and computer use. Power blast, rapid shots. Okay, so the standard things. He already has weapon focus, blaster rifle, so that's good. Toughness. Droid upgrade class and droid logic upgrade. Okay, having witnessed the effects and actions of combat firsthand, the droid is able to self-upgrade their defense algorithms. This feat grants +4 to defense and is always active. Okay. We also don't need dueling because he's going to be using a two-handed weapon if he's using a blaster rifle. Okay, so I think maybe just best to improve Power Blast of our current options. Character using improved Power Blast receives +8 to damage on the next blaster or missile attack, but the attack is made at a penalty of -3 to hit. Okay. So I think he has droid upgrade level 2. Let's see if this thing is... Oh, again, it's unfortunate, but I have nothing new in droids to show you right now. Things are very slow. But since you purchased that worn-out HK-47, you'll get excellent prices as soon as I am restocked.
Objection. Worn out? Listen, you talentless organic meatbag. One word from my master and I will pull you apart, limb from useless limb.
You've gotten a little hostile there, droid, haven't you?
I have always been hostile. Now that I need no longer rely on you and your primitive maintenance skills, I do not need to hide it.
Yes, well, just keep away from me then. I am just an honest businessman. Yeah, I want to see your stock besides, droids. Okay, droid upgrade class 2. This is good. And then specialized variant of heavy plating. This type of Durasteel alloy is not sold in mass quantities. More often it is used to equip elite troops where the initial cost of the battle droid warrants the investment. Alright. So now he's armored on par with the rest of us. Don't have any special weapons for him, don't have any things, so...
Sure.
Well, at least now he should be able to help us speak to Sand people and possibly Jawas, so that's good.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Okay, I would like to know more about your functionality. Or, you don't need to call me a master, you know? Or if we have a little stowaway problem, can you help? That'll be all HK. I don't know. Considering HK47, you might have noticed on his character screen, is full red dark side background. And how quickly he was to threaten the shopkeeper. I'm not sure if we want HK47's help with the stowaway problem. So, tell me more about your functionality.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
I thought you said that removing your restraining bolt would restore your memory. I don't think we talked to him about that, so that's a little bit out of cycle here, or out of sequence. How can you not know parts of your functionality? Tell me what you can then. Are you damaged? That is an interesting thing with droids, or any computer system really, is that like it could explicitly know something but not know that it knows it, or and not just in a I forgot kind of way, but in a way that like it could be programmed to not access certain information so that it cannot access that information until something happens. So, but how can you not know parts of your functionality? Is that what happened here?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Okay, is there any way to repair you? Are you damaged? Or tell me what you can. Yeah, is there any way to repair you? Get rid of some of that? You'll find out more?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
Okay, so I can restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
Okay, so you're saying that your memory might just come back? So how do we go about restoring part of your memory? Okay, memory might just come back?
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
Okay, how do we restore part of your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
Okay, let's try restoring some of your memory, I guess.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Are you implying I'm inept? Let's get started. Yeah, I would like to know, are you saying something about my skills?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
I happen to be very good at what I do. Let's get started. And I don't think there's going to be much point in arguing with them, so let's just get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meatbag. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Okay, very well, we'll do this later.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
I just noticed HK47 is really tall. So, Okay, so we have HK47. We'll be able to, let's see, hopefully. I don't have any ranks in repair. That's why. I need to figure out how to improve my repair skill if we're going to want to get anything from him. So hopefully we'll be able to unlock some of his memories and be able to get some more story there. Okay, we have... Oh, is a named Jawa. We were told that we needed to find a Jawa. Or that a Jawa had been asking about something. Oh there, if you're kind, can you help Iziz of Jawa? There are troubles from the ghosts among the sands. Could you be clearer? I'm having trouble understanding you. Stupid creature, can't you make more sense? What is it that you want, Jawa? Go away, I don't have time for you. What is it you want? What can I do to help Iziz of Jawa? Iziz I am, leader of the tribe that is mine. You are the same in kind, a leader that stands before your tribe? There are troubles that we have, giants made of sand. They are horned ghosts that take us away. HK47, can you help me out here? We're giants made of sand. The sand people? I'm not interested, Iziz. I'm looking for more important things. Go away, I don't have time for you. I don't know, I think it's pretty clear what he's talking about. He's using a lot of... It seems to be using a lot of, like, idioms or metaphors or something, but I think giants made of sand, that's probably the sand people. That is how you know them. Giants are different for us, we being smaller. People of sand are who I mean. So what do you want me to do? There's been no help given by asking the great group that digs with machines. Now Iziz asks you. I ask that you find us, and then bring away from the people of sand. Then we will offer a trade with you. How long have we scavenged among you and those that came before? We have things you will like for this service. Okay, so he's asking... He said that sometimes the people of sand come and take away Jawas. He wants us to help get Jawas back. Okay. Tell me about where your people are. Maybe I'll help. Why have they taken your people? Tell me about those that came before. I'm looking for something called a star map. Can you help? Let's try to figure out what we need to do to help him first. Then we can ask for more data. People of the sand in the sand. There's a place in the far south where they live. The approach holds great fighting. Bring the tribe from in to out, and there will be payment in trade and thanks. Okay, so get the tribe out of there, and we'll be thankful. A few more questions, all right? I'll expect payment if I do this, Jawa. I'll check it out when I leave the city. Goodbye. I'm not interested. A few more questions, all right? His answer's hoping you will free the tribe that he holds. Why have they taken your people? We find things, and they use them. Jawa's slaves, serving. They lead with the whip and gaffy. With the group that digs, we trade and are free. With people of the sand, we serve and die. We prefer you. Okay, more questions? What do you know about those who came before? You stand on Anchorhead, a place named and named again. You come to dig, but it is already dug. Settled over and over. Also, long ago, ships fell after battles above. Now we scavenge and find the pieces. You dig the ore and dirt. In time from now, we will dig you, just like digging those that came before. Okay. What about the star map? Do you know anything about that? These are things I know, yes. Those that came before. The guide to lights far and away, I can tell you. Please, first help the tribe of Iziz among the people of the sand, and then we will trade what we each need. Okay. You'll tell me after I help you? Why should I believe this? Okay. Yeah, do you offer any way that I can, any, like, assurance of trade?
Warning. More likely, the deceiving little organic hopes to trick you into going there so you release his people while searching, Master.
I know this. Listen to the words I could not know without seeing it. A map of stars to those from before. Please release the tribe, and I will make this known to you. Your rewards will be fair with me. Okay. I will check it out when I leave the city. So, we have issues with the Sand People. It sounds like Griff's been taken by them. Some Jawas have been taken by them. And then we also have the star map. And so the Jawa is kind of the link between there, that if we help the Jawas, then this Jawa will offer us some information about the star map. So first thing we'll need to do is talk to the Sand People, but because we have HK47, we might be able to actually talk to them, not just kill them, and maybe we can work out some kind of deal with them. This is going well. So I'll check it out when I leave the city. I also wonder if HK47, we don't necessarily want him just dealing with our stowaway, but I wonder if he might be able to speak to her, if he knows obscure translated languages. This hopes you have luck in what you... I forget what he said, but... So, okay, let's just see if we can get outside, or if we... Because we still don't have a hunting pass, which we're going to need, presumably, to get outside. Will this guy tell us how we can get one if they're not giving them out at the moment?
No one leaves Anchorhead without proper authorization.
Okay, where would I get authorization? Why do I need authorization? I'll go where I want, show some respect. Or I'll just go then. Where would I get authorization?
Only one place, and it means dangerous work. Go to the Zerka office for a hunting license. They sell them for Father's Lodge.
Okay. I'll just go then.
See the Zerka office for authorization.
Okay, so... Maybe we don't have to agree to slaughter the Sand People. Maybe we can just agree to take care of the Sand People problem, and that'll be sufficient. I don't know if it hit a loading area or what there, but a little bit. Move for a second. So, okay, we'll deal with the Sand People problem if you give us a hunting license.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerka Corporation. Is this about bounties or something?
I need a hunting license.
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about.
Okay. What is it you wanted me to do for a license?
The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains.
Okay, I will agree to take care of the issue and get paid for each gaffy stick I bring back. I'm not agreeing to necessarily bring any gaffy sticks back, though.
Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them.
Okay, I'll go get to it then.
Very good. Zerka Corporation looks forward to your future business.
Okay, so with that, I think we're going to call it a night. But I think we're ready to go and head out and encounter the Sand People. So, another thing I just realized while we were talking there, they talk about sand crawlers. Zerka Corporation has these sand crawlers, and in the original Star Wars trilogy, or actually the original movie, sandcrawlers, that's what the Jawas were traveling around in. So I'll be interested to see, are sandcrawlers, if the game will address this, are sandcrawlers something that the Jawas use, that Zerka Corporation has been like, hey, that's a good idea, we should do that? Or could it be that Zerka brought in the sandcrawlers, and then once Zerka, at some point in the future, packs up and leaves because it's not profitable, maybe they leave the sandcrawlers here, and that's, why the Jawas are using them by the time of the movies. I don't know, we'll have to be on the lookout, see if that's something that gets addressed at all. But anyway, this seems like a good place to stop. Not a lot of fighting and action this week, but did get some good language lessons with Sasha, and got a lot of information from the people here, and should be a little bit more, probably have some skirmishes when we encounter the Sand People, because we're going to have to get their outfit and everything anyway. So that'll be next time. And speaking of next time, I will not be here next Friday. I have some other plans, so we'll be taking a week off. I will still have my Monday stream and the following Monday stream, but for Knights of the Old Republic, we'll be returning in 2 weeks. So with that, thank you for joining me, and have a good week, and see you next time.